The Holderness coast, East Yorkshire, needs managing for a variety of reasons. Some of those reasons are physical reasons, such as the geology being very weak. It's made of boulder clay, and there is often very many destructive waves or storm waves through the winter after the fetch over the North Sea. There are also human reasons, and this is things like towns such as Withensea, which are expensive if they were left to erode, with insurance claims and the cost of rebuilding. There are examples of hard engineering on the Holderness coast. So here is Withensea. We can see we've got riprap, these large rocks, and this is when waves fall onto the rocks, the energy is dissipated, it's spread around. And also there is a sea wall that is curved, and that curve is really important because it reflects the wave's energy. There are of course negatives to some of these management strategies, and that is they are very expensive. At Mappleton, further down the coast, they've built a large groin sticks out into the sea, and you can see the effect of it here, the sand there and the sand there. So the longshore drift is moving north to south, and it's built up a large beach in front of the village of Mappleton. They've chosen granite rocks because these are very strong, they will not be eroded, and whilst it costs £2 million, it is worth it to defend the village. There are also soft engineering methods, things like beach replenishment, where sand is blown onto the beach. This builds a nice big beach so the waves hit the beach and the waves do not travel to the cliff and erode the cliff. The problem is, of course, that destructive waves with the backwash take sand off the beach, and longshore drift moves it down south as well. Second option is cliff regrading, so you have a steep cliff to start off with, and then part of that cliff is removed to lessen the slope angle, and that makes it less likely to slump. Vegetation is planted on there then, and that makes sure the soil is anchored. Multi-engineered approach, this is done in areas that have a high economic value, so the towns such as Withensea. This is really important, provides jobs for the local people, brings in money, so they go with the sea wall, they have riprap, they have groins to stop longshore drift and build a big beach. This means the wave's energy hits that and not the cliff. Altogether, it's put into a shoreline management plan, and this means that the whole coast is looked at, not just isolated bits. So this is a simplified view of the shoreline management plan for the Holderness. Some places that are high economic value are protected, places such as Withensea, and places of low economic value, so farmland usually, are not protected. And this is based on a cost-benefit analysis. There are conflicts with certain management. One of the conflicts of the groin at Mappleton is that it stopped the sand moving south, and Sue Earle had her farm there, and because the cliff was eroding, the farm was at risk, and in fact she lost her farm, and she even had to pay for the demolition of some of it so it didn't fall onto the beach, and this is because the cliff was retreating at 20 metres per year.